Hi everyone, this is Miss Dove. I am coming to you with the Unit 3 and Unit 4 review to prepare you for the Checkpoint 4. So today you will have a chance to watch this recording, and you need paper and something to write with and a calculator, and you have the opportunity to earn extra credit. So let's talk about how. For each problem, you need to copy the question, show your work, and have your answer clear for me to see. Once you've done those things, you can email me a picture of your work right here, and you will receive extra credit. So, we're going to get started. There are 10 questions that I'm going to go through, and then at the end, I will let you know when you can join me to ask questions because this is a recording. So let's get started. Okay, number 1, go ahead and copy the question. So if you need to pause, you can. The area of a triangle is 6.3 square meters. So that's super important. This is the area. One side measures 3.5. We're going to be looking for the height. Okay. So draw the neatest triangle you have. You can. I'm going to put one here so that I can make sure mine's super neat for you guys. And it can be a triangle that looks like this. It can be a right triangle. It doesn't matter. Okay. So I know that the area of the whole thing, sorry about that. Hold on. Okay. My formula, area equals, you can either do 1/2 base times height or base times height divided by 2. But I know that the area is 6.3. I'm going to just say that it's the base that's 3.5 because they're asking for the height, okay? And I know that once I know that, I would multiply it and divide by 2. Well, a couple ways you can do this. If you want to get rid of the 2, you can go ahead and divide the 3.5 by 2 first, and that will eliminate that. Okay, so we're going to do 3.5 divided by 2. We're just simplifying our expression. And that is 1.75. So I'm going to rewrite this to be 6.3 equals 1.75 times the height. Now I have a one-step equation, and I just need to solve by dividing both sides by 1.75. So 6.3 divided by 1.75 gives me the height of 3.6. So there is our answer. Make sure that you have your question, your work, and your answer. And when you're ready, we will go to number 2. So pause if you need to. Okay, this is a polygon, and it's asking us to find the area. So take a second, pause, and go ahead and draw the figure on your paper, please. I'm going to annotate and color code what goes together. So that is whole green space is 24. This is 4. And this is also 4. They don't say that, but because the whole thing's 24 and you take away 16 and 4, 4 is left. Okay. And then we have this right here is 16. Then we have 2 other sides, 17 and 20. So 17 is from here to here. Sorry, that's a little messy. And then the last is, I don't have another super bright color to use, so I'm going to use orange. I guess that is bright. This whole thing is 20. Ooh. So there's a couple ways you could do this. One way you may not think about is you could do 24 times 20, and that would give you this whole big rectangle. Then you could you could subtract this out because we don't have that space. So the whole area of the whole thing would be 24 times 20. I know that 24 times 2 is 48, so 480. Then the space that we don't have, okay, the missing piece, is 16 by 17. And actually, I'm going to use my calculator for that. 272. And remember, I don't have that, so I'm going to take 480, the whole region, and I'm going to subtract out that big, huge space. And that is going to give me my answer. So 480 minus 272 is 208. So my answer is 208 feet squared. Now, another way you could do it is you could like chop it here, and find 3 different sections. But to me, this is the easiest way. So I'm happy to meet with you if you wanted me to show you a different way to do it, but I think that that's the easiest. So pause if you need to, and then we'll go to number 3. Okay, number 3 is the area of a parallelogram is 429 centimeters squared. What is the height? So our formula, base times height. The area, we're working backwards this time, so it's 39 times the height gives us 429. And I have a one-step equation, so I'm going to divide both sides by 39. And 429 divided by 39 is 11. So that is my height. Pause if you need some more time. Okay, for number 4, the figure shows the dimensions of a trapezoidal lawn. So I know I'm doing a trapezoid. So I'm going to write the formula here. And you can either divide this by 2 and multiply the height, or you can divide the height by 2. It doesn't matter. Bags of grass seed cover this many feet. How many bags? Okay, so first we need to find the area. So remember that the bases are the parallel sides. Okay. So that's going to be 78 plus 90. Once I find that out, I will divide by 2. And the height is your side that is perpendicular to create that right angle. So they're trying to trick you with that. You don't need the 88. You need the side that is vertical. Okay. So I'm going to do 78 plus 90, my calculator, hit equal 168, and I'm going to divide that by 2. So 168 divided by 2, and I think that said 84. Yes, and so now I'm going to do 84 times 85. And that is 7,140 feet squared. Remember, this is the area, so we're not done, but I did need to know how big my space was. I know that it's going to take 1,250 square feet for one bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my whole area and I'm going to divide it by the amount that covers in one bag. And that's going to give me how many bags I need. So take this, divide it by 1250, and that is 5.712. Now, you've had problems like this before. And I want you to think if you were to go into Walmart or Home Depot or something and say, I need 5.7 bags. They're going to say, you need to go ahead and just buy an extra bag just in case, because you'll need it. So we would need to buy 6 bags. Okay, pause if you need to. Okay, for number 5, 3 vertices of a rectangle are at points -5, 1, 1, 1, and 1, -2. What is the area of the rectangle? If you're a visual learner, don't be afraid to graph the points. That is me. I am a visual learner, so I'm going to make a graph. -5, 1. I'm going to put that here. +1, 1 would go here. So this is A, B, +1, -2 would be here. And I know that my other point has to be right here. Okay, so I have to figure out what is the length and what is the width of this shape. Well, I know that this is going from -5 all the way to +1. -5 to 0 is 5, another one is 6. So my length is 6. My width goes from -2 down here up to +1. That's a difference, that's a distance of 3. Okay, so area equals length times width, 6 times 3, and that is 18 units squared. Okay, pause if you need to. Okay, number 6, we're matching. So if you want to pause and try it, that'd be great. Our cube is going to be the 3rd shape down here. Our rectangular prism is the 1st shape. Our square pyramid is the 4th. And the triangular pyramid is the 2nd shape. Okay, so be familiar with those. Number 7, okay, the surface area. Now, this can be very confusing. What I want you to do is I want you to use the formula where you do 2 times 2 of the sides plus 2 times 2 of the sides plus 2 times 2 of the sides. Okay, so let me show what I mean. We have this is going to be, let's just say it has a length of 19, a width of 32, and a height of 19. I'm using these numbers here. So we're going to do length times width, length times height, and width times height. Okay, so 2 times 19 times 32 plus 2 times the length and height is 19 times 19. Sorry, I'm running out of space. 2 times 19 times 32. Okay. I am running out of time on my recording, so I'm going to pause this, solve it, and then I'll show you the answer. Okay, so for this one, I would do 19 times 32 is 608. 19 times 19 is 361, and then again 19 and 32 is 608. Multiply each of those by 2 because there's a top and a bottom, 2 sides, and a front and a back. And so once you get those, you would add all together, and the answer is 3,154 centimeters squared. So pause that if you need to. Okay, for number 8, it says a box is completely filled with 2,574 wooden cubes that each have an edge length of 1/2 inch. Okay, so let me draw a quick picture for you. This is the small cube inside. It has a length of 1/2, a width of 1/2, and a height of 1/2. Therefore, to find the volume, we would do 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. So the volume of the cube is 1 times 1 times 1 on top. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So it has a volume of 1/8 inch squared. Okay. Well, in order to figure out the volume of the box, I need to figure out, well, if this is the number of cubes, I'm going to multiply that by 1/8. Just like if let's say this would have been, each had a edge length of 2, then I would be making, this would become bigger because my cubes would be large, but because they're really tiny, my volume is going to actually be smaller. And I'm multiplying that by 1/8. Okay, so I'm going to multiply across the top and multiply across the bottom. And then I need to simplify that, so I can do 2,574 divided by 8. I got to skip 2. 8 goes into 25 3 times, which is 24. 1 left over. 8 goes into 17 twice, which is 16. And then bring down my last number. 8 goes into 14 only 1 time. And I'm left with 6. So it's a whole amount, 321 6/8, but that can be simplified. So it's 321. These both can be divided by 2. So 321 3/4 inches cubed. And this should have been a cube over here, excuse me. So that is the final answer. Please pause if you need some more time to copy this down. Okay, number 9, a regular box of soup crackers measures 2 inches by 6 1/4 inches by 10 inches. The family box of crackers has a volume that's 30% greater than the regular box. What is the volume of the family box? Okay, so first we need to find the regular box. And it's 2 times 6 1/4 times 10. I'm going to put all these in fraction form. So 6 times, I'm going to make this an improper fraction. So that would be 25 over 4. And then 10 over 1. And that's going to be 2 times 25 is 50 times 10. 500. 1 times 4 times 1 is 4. And just for ease, 500 divided by 4 is 125. So the volume is 125 inches cubed. Okay, but the family box is 30% more than that. So if I can find 30% of 125, I can add that to 125. Remember, when we find percent, we can say 125, okay, times, we can change 30% into a decimal. And 30% is 37.5. That means that I'm going to add that on to the regular box. So the family box is 125 inches plus 37.5 inches to bring us a grand total of 162.5 inches cubed. And that would be my final answer of what is the volume of the family size box. Okay, so pause that if you need to. And then number 10, a rectangular prism has a volume of 568.7 feet cubed. Here's the height, here's the length. What is the width? So we know our formula, length times width times height 568.7. Length is 11. I don't know the width, but I do know the height is 9.4. So I'm going to simplify by taking 11 and 9.4 and multiplying them together. And that is 103.4. And that equals, multiplied by the width, this. So to solve, I'm going to divide both sides by 103.4. So 568.7 divided by 103.4, and it is 5.5. So width, 5.5 feet. Okay, so again, if you want to earn extra credit, make sure that you send me a copy of all of your work today, everything showing that you participated in the review along with your answers, and you will receive extra credit. If you do have questions, join my help lab, or you can request a target teach. And I hope you have a great day.